So, how to come up with different color schemes? I will just let you know right now, we're not going to be talking about the color wheel. But if you want some quick tips on picking out colors, follow along. Hey folks, this is Cetriya, Cetriya, and one of the comments that I tend to get is that people like my choice of colors. Or on the flip side, when I take commissions from time to time, I always kind of try to, be inventive with the color choices because typically most of my commissioners end up picking very either a trending colorway or just a typical black, white, silver, and red for some reason. Who knows why, but that's what it is. So I thought that perhaps I'd figure out a way to just share a couple of tips and processes for picking out colors. So as I said, I'm not going to be talking about the color wheel. However, it's good to know general things about colors and the way it's been set up or the role that they play with each other. So if you're needing those kind of basics, I'll let you know. But for those who've heard about the basics, read about the basics, and still feel like they're kind of stuck, keep on listening. So, one of the things, at least in my color philosophy, when picking out colors, is first thinking about the mood or the world in which my character plays. Sometimes people just kind of like, I just pick colors based on your own preference, but you should be picking colors based on your character's preference. So, here I have a very pop future kind of character, a very, exaggerated outfit, and that's what I was going for. Am I ever going to wear these outfits? Probably not, even though we're kind of heading that way in fashion. But no, however, just because I wouldn't wear it doesn't mean I can't design something of that nature. So, one of the things to also consider is besides your characters, but the world that they live in and what is trending there. So, if you look around you right now, there's two sort of trends that really are popping. There's a lot, but there's two sort of trends that are really popping right now, and that is the pastel colors, like the really soft, dreamy pastels. I'm sure if you've seen enough, like, young girl makeup or whatever redoing of their room or their studio space, we're having a lot of like pastel colors. The other thing we're having is like that soft round beige, soft green, just like earth and plants and mother nature and cottage type of colors. So that's the world you live in. So therefore, if you were trying to do like a contemporary current girl in the world, and then she's the type of girl who likes cats, coffee, tea, and plants or whatever, then obviously you'd probably go for that softer palette, unless of course she might have a more outgoing, bright personality and decides to switch it up with pastels. So again, character plays a big role, and the environment in which the character lives in plays a big role. So let's say you have that out of the way, or in my case, designing something that has nothing to do with the current world, but still you can't help it but have what your current style is kind of influencing. But let's say as I had started out with this colorway, and these are the color opposites: yellow and blue, or yellow and greenish, orange and green, reddish green, the warm versus cool kind of colorway. That's kind of what I was going for. I know butter yellow is pretty popular. I think it was, yeah, it was pretty popular, and that's what I was going for with this guy. But your first thought is, well, how do you come up with these colors to begin with? Such as the next colorway that I'm showing right here is that pastel color, which is very much kind of the e-girl that's going on right now, the little meta girl trend that you're seeing in a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of illustrations popping up. And also, if you just walk the stores at your local whatever place that does home decor or whatnot, this is also a trending colorway that's coming up. This colorway is just me doing a kind of combination and a brighter color version of it. And of course, we have the red. But let's say you just really can't come up with a colorway, you don't know, you're very much about your feelings. So let me go ahead and share with you guys a couple of resources of where I can find some colorways. So here again is that warm colorway that I was talking about, that just softness. And at the bottom it says here Pattern Curator. And you can see that they already picked out the color chips for you. But of course, you can always color pick within the file. Like this nice gray right here near this boudoir. I would definitely let's see if I can show it real quick. This gray chair, but the image, the gray kind of matches it with it. Same again with this dark black and more again in this gray. So I probably would have picked some of that gray also, but this is a lovely website. Let me go ahead and show it to you guys. Pattern Curator. And as you can see, they have multiple types. And they're mostly about patterns, but they end up picking a colorway. Like right now, this bright tropical jungle print thing is pretty, it's pretty popular, and they picked out the colors. It's almost like It's like a more mature primaries, a lot of pop, a lot of brightness. And of course, you could just take out an image and pick out your own colors. Let's see what else they got going on here. I am a lover of purple, but let's do this denim. So you got this black and white backdrop, and then this like denim navy royal blue, some sky, some gray, and then this really nice like golden yellow here. And you can see there's some other golden touch up with the string and using the girl's face as that kind of golden hue. You have this other skin tone. So that's pretty much that. And again, they picked out the chips. Personally, I would have added an extra yellow chip right here. But that's what I love about this site. I just like the way they put together the collections of the colors. Let's see, we got a nice, there you go. There goes Sugar Rush. That bright pastel color look that I was talking about. Pretty much, I've basically been following this trend quite a bit. Sage is pretty popular. Nice bright yellow with some gray and white. Really love it. So that's one site. Another site that you might be into using, I don't use as much, is Pinterest. And from there's a lot of designers in general that are on Pinterest's site, and you can see where people collect their different kind of colorways. And what I can already see right now is the choice of colorways from a site that is no longer active, but you are free to use them, which is Design Seeds. It's no longer active, but you can always get some of their archives for different inspiration for color palettes right here of some of the best and, more popular colorways. So Pinterest, Design Seeds. Other thing is, this is more of a professional site. Pretty much everything on here is for paid. But if you go on the Pantone and you scroll down, they'll give you like the highlights of what's currently trending in color. So feel free to take a look at the site, but this is the professional site. Basically, this is the color that anyone in home and apparel pick their colors from. And then last thing that you could probably do is just look up, color generator, and then you'll end up finding some kind of color generators here. My other tip that I tend to do, and something that you're going to have to train yourself for over time, is colorways they're not copyright protected or whatnot. So what you can do is find photos that you personally like. Let's see. And just color pick it from there. So we're gonna go ahead and pick out, I am pretty biased with that green and beige look, so. All right. From there, we're just gonna color pick. And I tend to just go ahead and do just a direct. Very beautiful. Get some of that beige color away. Even a bit of her skin tone right here. It's probably very close. Get some of that green. Even that punchy yellow right here. Very beautiful. And I think maybe a dusty gray. There you go. There you go. You have an earthy palette right here, which wouldn't work for this character. So right now you'll see what I mean, why the world that your character lives in makes a difference, and how colors actually make a big difference on they make a big difference in a lot of things. So and there you go. You can see there's like a very big difference in the look of the character versus this that gives you that digital artificial world, and this that became a more earthy, almost elven-like, unexpectedly elven-like. So let's try for another color palette here. We got some reds in this one. So this, again, you can do the same. I'm not gonna fill it out, but you get a sense of what I'm talking about. You have your red, your black, what looks to be like a deep masala. You got that gold from her face, and what to be a brighter version of that red, and then a darker version of that red. Yeah, and that deep masala. And there goes your colorway, probably even a little bit of white, a punch of white. And that's basically how I go with this. And you can do this with not just, photography. You can pick color palettes from graphic design. Um, Another example of graphic designs that basically what I said, the color opposites, the blues versus the yellow oranges, which is really high contrast, some white. Even this gold strap can be added into the colorway. It shows up again in its graphics. Something else that you could end up doing is maybe you like the color grading for this was a shot from a YouTube video. I was like, oh, I just like this color. So, but you can do it with video games, movies, because they're actual professionals where their whole job is light and color. So might as well make it easier on yourself and pick colors from beautiful screenshots that you like. So again, this was just a YouTube screenshot, but it seems like this girl got this well. Very pretty. Like, I like the red of her lip. It's very nice. See, that's a really nice color. Maybe a little bit of that reddish brown and then a soft black right here and what looks to be a bit more of the green color. And there's not much whites in here. So is that not a pretty nice colorway right here? Is it not? Pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So all in all, those were my tips on picking out colors. If you found this interesting, or if you had even, more questions about it, please let me know. Other than that, I will be finishing out on coloring this character, and I will show that method of doing some simple, very poppy, cel style, old cartoon, old anime style coloring and shading. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe and follow me to see this posted in the next video. Until then, talk to you later.